Hello, welcome to Supplier Experience Live 2023. Wow, it is really good to see you all. And it is with an acknowledgement of gratitude and a little bit of humility as well that we acknowledge you have taken the time to spend here with us today. So we really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. We have a fantastic agenda lined up for you, which I'll take you through in just a moment. But before we take you through this, there are a couple of kind of context points I wanted to give to you. So in 2021, Matthias came to us with an idea to get some of his community together and some of our clients around a discussion topic on how to push supplier management to the next step. We obviously said yes, and in the summer of 2021, we then brought together roughly 15 senior leaders to talk about some of the challenges that Matthias and us has also seen here. So I think some of the challenges were supply management not moving as fast forward as some of the other topics within the function, and it's difficult to bring scale into supplier management as well. And this became a really eye-opening conversation for us in the sense that we pretty much on the spot decided to set up a community to talk about supplier management back then. And we kicked this off roughly in January 2022. We named the community Supplier Experience Community. And what we wanted to do with this community was to share, learn, and interact around how we could become more collaborative in scaling supplier management, how we can improve the interactions with our supply chain partners, and how we can make these interactions more delightful, more efficient, more transparent, more ethical, more. So this is what we did, and Eloise is with us today as she was in 2022, where she made a passionate presentation of all the things she thought was wrong with supplier management and how we deal with suppliers, and where she famously also said how 2022 had to become the year of supplier experience and how we then move this now to the enterprise and corporate-wide agenda. Now, fast forward to today, we've actually held 7 community meetings quarterly. We've invited practitioners, we've invited thought leaders, we have invited academics even to share and learn and interact around the topic of supplier experience management. And a lot of you in the room have been part of these sort of interactions. So that really explains why we're here. We wanted to meet live. We thought this was the right time. We felt there was a bit of momentum around this topic, which is why we're all here today. But it doesn't necessarily explain why the supplier experience matter, does it? And I think we've talked to a lot of companies around this topic, and it kind of seems to hit people at different angles and in different ways, depending on your sector, depending on your maturity, depending on the corporate objectives that you're there to solve. Supply experience matter differently, but there are 2 aggregating factors here, which seems to bubble up. One is one around aspiration and ambition. Because think about it, there's just so many things we want to do with our suppliers these days. We want to control for performance, we want to do risk management, we want to do better compliance management and bring them into our compliance initiatives. We want to do ESG and sustainability and innovation, and the list goes on and on and on and on. Mark Bengio from Johnson & Johnson is in the room here somewhere. There you are. So Johnson & Johnson have taken this to the extreme, I would say, when it comes to collaboration. So these guys have identified 43 use cases, 43 jobs to be done, which is all around bringing collaboration between J&J enterprise stakeholders, R&D, product, supply chain, procurement, etc., and they're part of the supply chain. So this is becoming a big thing, but I think what we've seen is that if you make it difficult for suppliers to engage and interact with you, these initiatives struggle to bear fruit. The second thing, which is a closely linked one, is one around competitive advantage, or rather actually in today's world, the growing threat of competitive disadvantage. Yeah? Because what the data now shows, and we have collected a lot of it, is that it simply is not enough to be the most important customer to your suppliers. You also have to be the most favored. And no time then this time has this become more important in the way that we see supply chains are being disrupted, we see wars, we see famine, we see lots of things that have made product supply and supply retention more difficult than before. Now, I will leave you with this. We compete to win over our customers, don't we? We compete to attract and retain our employees. Maybe now is the time we really pick up the competition to compete for our suppliers as well. The race is on. So we have a great agenda lined up. You have seen this agenda. I'm not going to go through this in a lot of detail. Kearney consultant, or partner rather now, author of multiple books and articles not least, and a true procurement futurist, and one of the very few futurists we have in the function here. Eloise, please, welcome.